With all those billionaires in China, we'll kick off by looking at some of the richest in the country. At the top of the Forbes list is the construction worker turned journalist turned billionaire Zhang Shanshan. At the time of writing, he has a net worth of $75.6 billion. Zhang primarily made his fortune from founding and being the chairperson for the beverage company Nongfu Spring. During 2020, it was reported that the firm had a market value as high as $43.8 billion. On top of that, Zhang is also the majority owner of Beijing Wantai Biological Pharmacy. The second richest person in China is currently Ma Huateng. At the time of writing, he has a net worth of $53.1 billion. Also known as Pony Ma, he's the founder, chairman, and CEO of the technology conglomerate Tencent. The company recently made headlines with the news they're purchasing British video game company Sumo for $1.27 billion. During 2021, so far, Ma and Zhang have been switching places on who the richest person in China is. When people think of China's wealthiest person, more often than not, they'll think of Jack Ma. The iconic billionaire was known for his music performances at the Alibaba Group's annual conference. After all, he was a co-founder of the e-commerce company and operated as executive chairman until 2019. Ma also co-founded private equity firm Yongfeng Capital in 2010. Currently, Forbes has Ma's net worth down as $45.8 billion at the time of writing. If you get too rich in China, it can come back to bite you. Take Jack Ma. In October 2020, he made a speech that took aim at China's regulatory system. He soon vanished from the public eye. He wouldn't appear again publicly until January 2021. The government soon began investigating his businesses with an anti-monopoly probe. The authorities canceled Ant Group's IPO or stock launch in November 2020. The company founded by Ma was expected to bring in $35 billion from this. Alibaba even received a fine of $2.8 billion. Wang Jianlin was another who caught the ire of authorities. He was ordered to sell his overseas investments, including selling his 20% stake in Spanish football team Atletico Madrid, which originally cost him 45 million euros, around $53 million. At one stage, Wang was the richest person in Asia. At the time of writing, he has a net worth of $14.5 billion. A reason for this clampdown on expansion is the worry from China that debt is often acquired during a company's growth, which can put the country's overall financial health in jeopardy. As a way to try and avoid any backlash, frugality is getting promoted more and more amongst China's elite. One of the pinups to this ideal is Zhong Qinghao. He's the founder, chairman, and CEO of the beverage company Hangzhou Wahaha Group. At the time of writing, he has a net worth of $8.8 billion. During 2017, he was traveling from Hangzhou to Yiwu. Zhong's staff had planned for them all to arrive via first class on a train. However, there weren't enough tickets, so Zhong chose to take a second-class ticket at the cost of 50 yuan, around $7.21 at the time. Reports back then stated that his yearly expenses amounted to 50,000 yuan, around $7,700, whilst back in 2012, there were claims he was only spending $20 per day on expenses. According to reports, the Chinese public are becoming more hostile to people flaunting their wealth in a public setting, such as social media. TikTok stars in the country had to apologize publicly for promoting the worship of money and consumption. One influencer, Xiao Yu, was shown in videos spending $1,500 on a haircut, $53,000 for a bed, and $61,000 for a suit. He also shared his experiences at a luxury postpartum center that cost 2 million yuan, or $308,000 per month. During 2021, former editor-in-chief of Harper's Bazaar China, Su Meng, appeared as a guest on the TV show 50 Kilometers Tahuao. Su made a comment that 650 yuan, or $100 per day for food, wasn't enough. She stated, "We have to eat better. I cannot eat with such a low standard." This instantly drew criticism from the public. Some stated on social media that they spend around 10 yuan, or $1.54 on food a day. According to the National Bureau of Statistics of China, the average annual household income in the country for 2021 is 32,189 yuan, around $4,960. Su and Tencent both claim that it was a misunderstanding, and she thought it was 650 yuan for all 21 days she was on the show. To help offset criticism from the public as well as pressure from the government, Many billionaires in China are donating large portions of cash to good causes in the country. The founder and chairman of food delivery firm Meituan, Wang Xing, reportedly provided $2.7 billion in stock to his personal charity. After Colin Huang left his role as chairman of Pinduoduo, the company he also founded, he donated around $1.85 billion to an education fund, while He Shengjian from Midea donated $975 million, and Evergrande's Xu Jiayin provided around $370 million to various causes. Over the course of 2020, the rich in China reportedly spent around $52 billion on luxury goods, such as jewelry, high-end fashion brands, and fine wine. According to a report by Bain & Co., it's believed that the country may become the biggest luxury goods spender in the world by 2025. One area that the rich in China love to splash their cash on is animals, especially when it comes to dogs. During 2011, an unidentified tycoon purchased a purebred red Tibetan Mastiff. They ended up spending a record $1.5 million on the then 11-month-old pup. By 2014, the record was smashed again. A golden Tibetan Mastiff was sold at auction at a premium pet fair in Zhejiang. The unidentified buyer spent $1.95 million on the hound. But China's love of animals isn't reserved just for dogs. Racing pigeons is a keen hobby and sport for many. Even Mike Tyson is a fan. But China takes it to another level. During an auction in 2013, businessman Gao Fuxin purchased Bolt, named after the iconic athlete Usain Bolt, for around $400,000. This deal was part of an auction from breeder Leo Heremans. He sold off his entire collection of racing pigeons for 4.3 million euros, nearly $5.1 million. In 2020, the record for the most expensive racing pigeon sold was smashed at an auction in Belgium. An unidentified buyer from China purchased the racer named Nu Kim for around $1.9 million.